Hi everybody and welcome back to a new episode of DiagnoseDan. Today we are working on this BMW Z4 and the customer complaint is that the convertible top won't open. So let's diagnose this together. Of course, in this case, confirming the customer complaint is going to be very easy. As you can see, we've got a flashing LED indicating there's something wrong with the system. There's also no response to the opening or closing button whatsoever. The module responsible for the roof is the CTM or convertible top module. I hooked up a scan tool and in the next step, we're going to read the memory of that module. Now, depending on the faults we find, we can determine our next step. Let's go into the convertible top module. That is, if I can find it, here it is. Let's read the codes. And it looks we've only got one fault code stored. Micro switch roof shell 2 closed, left. To understand the fault code, you must have some basic knowledge of the system you're working on. You can always familiarize yourself with the system by reading into the service data. Now this roof uses two shells, a front shell, shell number 1, and a rear shell, shell number 2. The module uses two micro switches to see whether this shell is opened or closed, one in the right pillar and one in the left pillar. Now our fault code indicates there is something wrong with the micro switch in this left pillar. Our suspect switch is located in this left-hand side pillar. But with the roof closed, it's very hard to reach. So instead of measuring at the switch itself, I want to check the inputs at the module. Now in order to get to the module, we need to open the trunk. But guess what? The trunk isn't opening either. I guess this is a safety feature because the module doesn't know whether this shell is opened or closed. So in the next step, I want to use the scan tool to command the trunk to open. Because we need to do some measurements and the ignition needs to be on for an extended period and I don't want to drain the battery, in the next step, I'm going to hook up a battery maintainer. In order to get to this module, you need to remove some plastic panels in the right-hand side of the trunk. Now, before we can start doing measurements, we need to take a look at a wiring diagram. I've located our micro switch in the wiring diagram. It is connected to the module by a brown and white wire on pin 7 and 20. Our known good right-hand side micro switch is connected to the module on pin 10 and 23 by a brown and brown-green wire. Let's also take a look at the pinouts. In this diagram, we can see that the signal for our left-hand side micro switch can be found on pin number 7. The power supply to that switch can be found on pin 20. The power supply to our known good right-hand side switch can be found on pin 23, and its signal can be found on pin number 10. The wires we are looking for are located inside this connector. Now, because I'd rather back probe the wires instead of piercing them, we're going to pull this connector apart. I want to start out by measuring the power supply to both the left-hand side micro switch and the right-hand side micro switch that can be found on this brown and green wire. Let's see. Come on. And this white wire on pins 20 and 23. Now let's see what we've got we have got 12.9 volts on one wire and 12.9 volts on the other wire. So both power supplies are good. We have just confirmed the module is sending out a power towards the switch. Now when the roof is closed, the switch should be closed. So what should happen right now is the power should come up to the switch, go through the switch because it's closed, and go back to the module on the signal wire. And that's how the module can tell whether this part of the roof is open or closed. These are the two signal wires that return to the module. When the switch is closed, the voltage should return on this pin. Now as you can see, I depinned them, and that's because there is high resistance in the switch, and when I don't depin them, the module will actually pull the voltage down to ground, so we will hardly measure anything. So I don't want the module to interfere, I just want to see if the voltage returns. Now this is the wire we've got a code for, or the switch we've got a code for. So let's start with the other one first. And as you can see, 9.5 volts. I was expecting to see a little bit lower voltage because of the resistance. Now let's check the other wire. And as you can see, there's nothing there. So this means there is a break in that circuit. We've just learned the power is not returning through the switch back to the module. This means we've got a break in the circuit. This could be the switch not closing because it's misaligned, or the roof is misaligned, or we've got a bad switch or a break in a wire. In either case, we need to take a closer look at this switch. In order to get to the switch, we need to open the roof. There is an emergency procedure, but this is a very labor-intensive one, and I would hate to do that unless there's no other way. What I want to do is trick the module into thinking the switch is closed by running both signals through the good switch on the other side. Now, I don't recommend you do this unless you're 100% sure you know what you're doing, because if you do it wrong, this repair could become very expensive. Now, let's start out by repinning the wires. That's one. And that's two. And let's jump them and see if this works. This roof is hydraulic, so when we start working on it, gravity could pull the roof down. So in order to prevent this, I'm going to support the roof with a box. Now that we've opened that roof, we can finally take a look at that switch. Now, this is the little switch we are looking for, and this is the little harness coming from that switch going into the main harness. So let's start taking some measurements. Now, although we've opened the roof, it's still quite hard to take measurements at the switch itself. So I traced back the wiring to this harness going into this main harness over here. So since this is quite a convenient spot, I want to open the harness up over here to take some measurements. Now let me try to peel open this wiring harness, and I definitely think we are on the right wire because I can see brown and white in there, exactly like the wiring diagram told us. Now let me peel it a little bit further back. Oops. As I was peeling down the harness, and it is the right harness because this is the white and the brown wire going to the switch, and there's another brown wire going to the rear heated window. As I was peeling it down, I discovered this broken wire. I verified it. This is the signal wire going back to the module. So this explains why the signal didn't make it back to the module. Now, I didn't expect it to be so easy, but it looks that all I have to do is resolder this wire and our roof should be fixed. Now, what I did is ran a slightly thicker brown wire through this harness. Now, what we need to do is solder it up to this wire, pull it through the harness, and solder it to the other open end I found over here inside the harness. And then this roof should be fixed. Unfortunately, this side was a little bit too tight to film, but it's all done. So let's tape the wiring harness up again. A little bit more. And finally, let's attach the harness to the frame again. The wiring harness looks brand new, like nothing ever happened. Now I still need to remove the jumper cable, reinstall the module, clear fault codes, and then you guys get to see if DiagnoseDan fix it again. Now first of all, the first promising side, check this out, no more flashing lights. And now, the moment of truth. Convertible top not working because of a tiny broken wire. And I think the customer is going to be happy because we didn't need to replace any parts to fix this car. Now if you like this video and you want to learn more, please subscribe to my channel. When you hit the little bell, you will get a notification each time I post a new video. And remember, DiagnoseDan, fix it again. See you next time, guys. Oh, and before we end this video, we need to check one more thing.